All right, now next what we're gonna do is talk about our lemongrass jelly candy that we're gonna be doing. So if you like lemon, this is definitely a treat. We're using Maya lemons today. We zested the lemons. We're gonna start off with another simple sugar where we take just cold water. We add a whole bunch of sugar in there. We make a simple syrup. If you wanted to do a shortcut with corn syrup, you could, but I like to make my own fresh. And then basically it's very easy. It's about adding the gelatin in that product so it'll become firm, gelatinous, and taste like a jelly candy. And yes, you've guessed it, we're gonna be using Gelita today. The #1 gelatin product out there, this is the leaf gelatin. We're gonna bloom this in cold water like we've done before. And probably about 4 sheets, or I should say 4 leaves, will be really beneficial and perfect for this dish. And we're gonna really get that lemon flavor that we want. So let's just start off throwing our gelatin in the cold water, let it do its thing. It's really just gonna be a few minutes before it blooms. It's gonna absorb all that liquid. And then what we're gonna do is get ready to do the next step. So we have our simple sugar here, and it's coming to a boil. We're gonna add some additional sugar in like that. We're gonna add our lemon zest. We're gonna add some honey in there as well. Now the honey is really gonna give it some extra flavor. It won't help in the thickening process, but it'll obviously help in the taste process, right? So we have everything there. Now be careful because the stuff boils. It's very, very hot. You don't wanna get it on your skin. We're gonna stir that for a little while. Now we're gonna pour this into a ramekin that we have back there, but I've done one there which I'm gonna get out just to show you. So here's what it looks like when it's been sitting out for a couple of hours. And we're gonna cut this and then move it around in some sugar, and we're gonna make some jelly candies, and it's that simple. You have the option of either putting honey on the outside of that jelly candy so that the sugar will stick to it, or citric acid. If you put the honey eventually will absorb the sugar, so in like 2 minutes after it's done, you might see the sugar dissipate from it, because when you're making these jelly candies without any chemicals or additives, they do, when they sit out at room temperature, release some liquid in them. So we have our sugar, and we're gonna cut a couple of pieces of this. Now you can see when you throw your knife in here that you're going through a nice thick piece of gelée, I call it, or a jelly candy. You will make sure that it's exactly the consistency you want, and it's just like that. And that was from, you know, a few sheets of this gelatin, really good product. We added just enough sugar to taste. Now let's do its thing, where we're gonna actually roll it around in some sugar. Now this, unlike a marshmallow, you don't have to dip your knife in anything because your knife will run through it pretty clean. It won't stick to anything. And we're gonna take the jelly candy and just roll them in some sugar. And this is the best jelly candy in the world. Now I've done savory jellies as well, where we've added some fresh sage and tarragon, etc. Put them on, even on top of protein dishes like chicken. It almost acts as a butter, like a flavor bouillon, right on top. So here you have it, simple candy jellies using the best gelatin on earth. Gelita, taste this.